So across the top, we've got the numerical values. We've got the date and the time of the test. We've got the left ear, we've got the right ear. And then down the bottom, it tells us the categorisation of this test. HSC category 1, and it says for no data, because we can only look for a category 4 if we have a previous test within the last 3 years. So what the for no data is saying is it can't look, the software can't look for a category 4 because there isn't that previous test. And then it says 1 out of 1. This tells me how many tests I've got for this individual. So for Paul Bird, I've got 1 test. If it was 1 out of 10, then I'd have 10 tests for Paul. Looking at the audiogram, we can see this grey banding. This is a prediction based on the information we've put in for this individual. So this is where we would expect to see their hearing. We've also got a colour key. So if we click colour key here, it tells you what the yellow banding is. Okay. Next one is configuration. So here we can make a backup of our database. We can also tell Audibase where we want to save the details, so the patient records. We can also make amendments to our questionnaire. So there is a built-in questionnaire, but you can amend it to suit your organisation. Next tab along is test analysis. So here is where you choose which categorisation scheme you're going to be working to. So in this instance, it's HSE. We do also sell Audibase with OSHA. And then at the bottom there where it says audiogram bands, this is where we can enable the yellow banding on our audiogram, or we can choose not to have that on. And the same with the prediction line, that grey banding. I'll keep those on. We can go straight to the ear icon to launch a test. So the next icon is get test results. This is only used for PC850, not for Autosure, because the Autosure has to be used through the software, but PC850 can be used standalone manually. And if you do a manual test, you would save it to the PC850, and then using this icon, you can get the test results and upload them into the software. So this information is taken from the audiometer, and after we've run a test, that will be completed. So it knows the test type, it knows the date of the test, the time of the test, etc. The only field that the examiner would complete here is examiner name. And again, you can populate with that with all the different users, so you don't have to type it in every time. We've also got a field here, categorisation. This is not completed until after we've done a test, and it will give you your HSC categorisation once we save the test. We can also input previous audiograms. So my last test date, I've only got 1 test for Paul Bird, and his last test was done on the 17th of the 9th. If I had a paper-based test, which I also wanted to input so we could do a comparison, I would click on Paul's record, I would click insert audiogram, he would go 10. Go back to details, because it doesn't know the test information, so it doesn't know the type of test that was previously done. It doesn't know the date of that test, the time of that test, etc. So you do need to fill in that information. If you know the serial number of the machine it was done on and the date that machine was calibrated, you should enter those details. And then we can save. And then it will also tell you at the bottom there, so now we've got two tests for Paul Bird. Okay. And it's also done a comparison, so it said HSE category 1. Then the next icon is if we wanted to delete a record, we could press delete record. There is a safety function, so we don't just delete it by accident. So are you sure you want to delete this audiogram? Yes or no. And we don't want to save that one, so we're going to say yes. And that audiogram will then have disappeared that we've just plotted.